You know, there's a pattern on Bitcoin right now that is actually very relevant to where Bitcoin is going in the trajectory of this market, and it's a pattern that no one really seems to understand. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about what is happening on Bitcoin today. As you guys can see, Bitcoin initially broke bullish out of the consolidation pattern that we were in, and now is breaking bearish out of the consolidation pattern that we were in, but is bouncing. So it seems to me like Bitcoin is trying to break out of a consolidation pattern, and it just hasn't made up its mind which direction it would like to break out. You see, in charting, there are many different ways that you can read the same pattern. No two patterns are alike, and none of them are going to be 100% accurate. However, this one pattern is one that I don't see very many people talking about, where Bitcoin tries to break bullish, tries to break bearish, and still can't make up its damn mind. This is actually called... I am not allowed to say that on YouTube. What this is, however, is important in telling about Bitcoin's price action and Bitcoin's future direction. So guys, in this video, we're going to be breaking down what exactly Bitcoin is doing right now, what it means for our chart, and where Bitcoin may be heading from here. Before we get started, I do want to first mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. As you guys know, CT2A is on sale for the next couple of days. If you'd like to get started learning everything you need to know about technical analysis so that you can take the next step in your journey to becoming a profitable cryptocurrency trader, join our over 2,000 students with the link in the description down below and get started today. Great product. We have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee. More on that at the end of today's video. But for now, though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. You know, thinking outside of the box is something that we often are pretty bad at, and in Bitcoin, it is no different. In fact, we are so incredibly bad at thinking outside of the box that we don't even understand that to think outside of the box, you must have first thought outside of the box by your need to think outside of the box. Make any sense? Me neither. I don't understand it either. But nevertheless, the point is Bitcoin is in a very important pattern, and you might not realize it without thinking outside of... Hang on a second. Watch this. The box. Anyway, jumping onto the chart, you guys know that we predicted a bearish breakout of Bitcoin in yesterday's video, and I also said that an entry position might be wise to enter pretty low, because Bitcoin might pull back just a little bit and not actually pull back all the way. If you've been actually watching the chart, then you will find that to be very accurate, because as we can see, Bitcoin did have a red-green-red formation. We went over 8 or 9 different reasons why Bitcoin was going to break bearish yesterday, and it did, in fact, do that. We pulled back all the way down to around $11,368, but now we're putting in a hammer formation. We have a green candlestick on the daily chart and a long lower shadow. What does that mean? Well, quite obviously, guys, Bitcoin attempted to break to the upside, and this movement isn't over, but Bitcoin is right now attempting to break to the downside, and neither of them seem to really be gaining any traction. So what is going on here? Why is Bitcoin trying to break in one direction one day and then in the other direction the next day, and both instances are failing? Well, I don't really have a name for this pattern. You could call it like a hammerhead symmetrical triangle pattern, because we have 2 breakouts right here, but you actually find this happening quite a bit more frequently in markets than you would think. In contrast to what we're seeing right now, you can see our previous consolidation pattern where Bitcoin continually bumped its head around in here, and when it broke out, it meant it, and we went on a big rally. Bitcoin was very clearly decisive here, and it was very clearly lacking in volume and volatility. That is the exact opposite to what we are looking at right now. We have high volume, respectively, high volatility, respectively, and we are not clear on a direction. It's the exact opposite of the previous pattern, but if you don't think outside of the box, I know, box jokes are getting old, but if you don't think outside of the box, then you're not going to realize that 2 symmetrical triangle patterns that look identical can be representative of 2 completely different markets. Don't judge a market by its pattern, put it that way. Because while we may have one kind of analysis to interpret this consolidation pattern, we have to make sure our analysis fits the market, not just the pattern. The pattern. Yes, the pattern. What this is representing, this bullish break to the upside and then subsequent bearish break to the downside, is high volatility, high volume, high exuberance, and in my opinion, those 3 things lead to the next point, bullishness. We know that this pattern is a consolidation pattern. We know that this pattern is a continuation pattern. We know that Bitcoin is in a bull market, and we know that the long-term outlook on Bitcoin is positive. We've talked about all that in previous videos, although in yesterday's video, of course, we did talk about some bearishness that may come in the short term. That's always a possibility, even in long-term uptrends. If you draw a general trend line through the last 80 years of the stock market, it's going to continue other way because the camera's mirrored up and up and up and up and up, but there's going to be some dips along the way. That doesn't nullify the long-term trend. And the same thing is true here. We may see some short-term pullback. Hell, we may even pull back all the way to 10.5. I don't think we're going lower than that, but it's possible. But what is the long-term trend on Bitcoin? Judging by how the market has acted in the last 7 days, we have high volatility, high volume, respectively, again, and we have high exuberance and bullishness compared to what we saw 2 months ago. Again, everything is relatively speaking here. We're speaking relative to 2 months ago. Relative to 2 weeks ago, volume is down, but relative to 2 months ago, volume is still very high. So is interest, so is investment, so are all of the other fundamentals that we constantly look at here on the channel. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, number one, the point I'm making in this video is this pattern right here. You're going to see this show up in markets all the time. Does this mean that you have to redraw your trend? Well, potentially, but before you redraw this into an ascending trading channel like that, make sure to remember, at first, this was a consolidation pattern. It might be whatever it is now, but when it started, it was a consolidation pattern. What's the point here? Well, the point here, number one, is to point out an important pattern that you're going to see show up time and time again on Bitcoin. That's the most important point of this video, is to educate you guys to our mission statement of educating as many people and helping as many people become profitable as possible in the cryptocurrency markets. Don't worry, we're working on shortening that. However, as to the actual market itself and what Bitcoin is going to do, I find this to be a remarkably long-term bullish force, but however, we can't deny in the short term that Bitcoin is setting a low. Notice my wording there. A low, not a lower low. Because it's easy when we look at a consolidation pattern like this and see it break to the downside, it's easy to write it off and say, oh, that's bearish, that's a bearish breakout. Yes, it is. You could have traded this yesterday in exactly the way that we laid out. If you go back into yesterday's video, you'll find a trading setup with a little bit of modification that would have been great here. However, it's also naive to not realize that what Bitcoin just did in the last 7 days, this movement right here, what did we do? We set a higher high above that high, and we set a higher low. Should Bitcoin bounce from here, everything that just happened, this downtrend that just happened in the last 5 days, is a bullish thing. Friends, understand, technical analysis is not as cut and dry as some people think it is. This downtrend is a bullish thing. Sometimes uptrends are bearish things. For example, when Bitcoin ran to $13,700 last June, had no corrections, no retracements, no consolidations, did not lock in any gains, that bullish rally was a bearish thing for Bitcoin because we had a year of correction to follow because we never had the proper pullbacks that we needed. Same thing happened in 2017. Remember this. This is a piece of trading wisdom that you're not going to learn many places, and you will have to learn it through trial and error if I don't tell you. Sometimes bullish market forces, sometimes bullish chart formations, sometimes bullish things that happen in TA can be bearish, and vice versa. Sometimes things that look bearish on the surface can actually be a blessing in disguise and can actually be very bullish things for the long term. When you're doing your technical analysis, I want you guys going another layer deeper into this. I don't want you thinking, okay, Bitcoin's pulling back, ergo, Bitcoin is bearish. That's too simple. Technical analysis is not that cut and dry. I want you to look a little bit deeper, interpret things a little bit more. Think about the market sentiment. Think about what your intuition is telling you. Remember, yesterday's intuition that I have based on my experience called this breakout. It's important to listen to your gut feeling, as I used to call it, or intuition as we call it nowadays, if you are an experienced trader. Make sure you're taking into account everything that's going on in the market. Make sure you're reading things a little bit deeper than you think you might need to, because you never know when your previous assumptions and when your current analysis of the market could be dead flat wrong. And number one, above all of that, guys, remember the key word, and that word is humility. Because I don't know how many times I have been so convinced I was right just to find out I was so wrong. And every time that happened, one, it puts your ego in check, and two, you learn something. So understand, the best lessons in life do not come from your best successes. They come from your greatest failures. There's a reason that emotion is left at the door. It's because emotion is the driver of egotism. It's the driver of pride. And if you can leave that behind and realize your end goal is not money, it is not profit. Your end goal is to get better at reading markets and trading. The profit will be a byproduct that comes naturally. But please make sure you have your eyes on the right prize, because humility becomes a problem for people when they're chasing money, when they're chasing results, and they're not chasing to be the best version of themselves. If you chase to be the best version of yourselves, all of your results will be byproducts of that. If not, you will get blindsided because you will be so caught up demanding out of people that they say you're right when in fact your results prove you wrong. So with all that said, guys, make sure you think out of the box a little bit more in the coming weeks, because I think Bitcoin's going to be acting a little bit funky over the next couple of weeks. Sure, the next couple of week years. I just combined a word. That feels like a joke from a sitcom. That was dumb. That was dumb. I don't know why you guys watch me. I'm so stupid. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, guys, that's my spiel for today's video. I hope you guys got some good value out of today's video. As always, thank you so much for all of your continued viewership and following and everything you guys are making possible here at the Crypto Jeb YouTube channel. Guys, get this. We're about to have 6 people on staff. Everybody's about to sign contracts. We're doing so much expansion behind the scenes. I know I've been saying this for like almost a year, but it's finally all coming together to fruition. We're moving into the office in a week and a half, and I'm so pumped because you guys benefit from it, and that, like I said, is the end goal. And guys, before I go, I do want to mention the thing that makes all of this expansion that's going to continue to bring you guys more high-quality content possible, and that would, of course, be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The reason that we're able to build all of the things that we're building behind the scenes and all of the things that we are going to be bringing to you over the next several years is because we're able to fund them through the amazing partnership we have with our students over at the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Many people ask me, Jeb, do you have a refund policy? Jeb, what is the course actually like? What is this transferable to the stock market? People ask me all these frequently asked questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them. But to the better point of what CT2A is about, this is going to teach you technical analysis, which is the most important tool for reading, trading, analyzing, and profiting in markets. Period. Full stop. If you want to work in this space, you need to understand the tool that is TA, and if you don't understand that tool, you're never going to be able to consistently profit in this space. Guys, I am more than happy to help you with anything you need, but I do want you guys to be able to get the best education that you can in this space, and I know that CT2A provides that because we've worked very hard to ensure just that. So guys, if you're interested in learning more about technical analysis, if you're interested in learning more about how you can help to support this channel, hit the link in the description down below. We have 2 free preview videos over there. Our video on how to set up and use TradingView, and our video on how to spot winning patterns and indicators. Both of those videos on their own are incredible videos, and you're going to get a lot of good value out of them, even if you decide not to sign up and join us. So I'd encourage you, check us out, the link in the description down below. I know you're going to enjoy the content over there. We have 2,500 odd students to back up that statement. And by the way, if you'd like to talk to any of them, join our Discord server down below and go talk to them. Guys, we get testimonials, positive testimonials, every single day. And when we get our website built, which is coming pretty soon, I'm going to put all of them on that site so that you guys can go through and look at them. Any of you guys who are in CT2A, let people know in the comment section down below. Was it a good purchase? Is it a good product? Did you get your value? Honesty. That's the #1 thing here. If you didn't, tell us in the comment section, and I'll talk to you personally and see what we can do to fix it. But there aren't many people that say that, so I don't think anyone's going to. Guys, we are building an organization here around this YouTube channel in cryptocurrency with the main goal of helping as many people as we possibly can. That's our mission statement. That's how important it is to us. If you want to be part of that journey, please join us down below. You're helping to support the channel by doing it, and you're helping yourself. I mean, seriously, learning technical analysis was the thing that changed my life. Guys, many of you who are new here, especially because I don't talk about it as much as I used to, I didn't come from a whole lot. In fact, I came from the opposite, and it's completely changed my life understanding TA. If you want a chance at that, I encourage you, invest in your education. Anyway, guys, like I said, yes, we do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee. Yes, everything we talk about in CT2A, more or less, is applicable to stock market. Yes, you can pay for the course in Bitcoin. Shoot us an email with our email linked in the description down below. Do you get the content for life? Yes, you do. You get access to all current and all future content. Those are some of our frequently asked questions, and there are the answers. Guys, I am really excited about where we're going, and I am so pumped to hear even more stories about how much we've been able to help people, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much. This has been a long journey. This channel is over 2.5 years old. We're going on 3 years old pretty soon, and I am pumped. Guys, I can't even tell you. So with that said, I'm going to go and enjoy my weekend and get started for next week, because next week is when things start really getting serious, because we're moving in the week after. But anyway, guys, before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.